Hey family, this past week we looked at Matthew chapter 26, verses 6 through 13, and we considered the fact that like the woman who anointed Jesus, our lives ought to be lives of worship poured out as a pleasing aroma for him. Now, one of the challenges to living a life of complete worship and devotion to God is the simple fact that we are easily distracted. We've got wandering heart syndrome, and there are a lot of things that our hearts want to wander to. So how do we overcome this challenge? How do we become the kind of people who worship God wholeheartedly? Well, in Psalm 73, the psalmist gives us this meditation that he speaks over his life, and he says this in verse 23. Nevertheless, I am continually with you, and you hold my right hand. You guide me with your counsel, and afterward you will receive me into glory. The psalmist understands that ultimately, at the base of and the core of his life, it's between him and God. That God holds his right hand, and that when he dies, God is going to receive him. He goes on to say in verse 25, whom have I in heaven but you? And there is nothing on earth that I desire beside you. My flesh and my heart may fail, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. If we were to expound that, we could say, my flesh, my heart, my interests, my family, my friends, my job, my Netflix account, my iTunes music, all of these things will fail us. All of the things that our hearts wander towards will ultimately fail us. But God is the strength of my heart. God is the strength of your heart, and he's our portion forever. Family, we were made to worship a God whom we receive. We were made to worship a God who will receive us. You were made for so much more than all the other things that your heart could wander to. Would you pursue God and worship him as one who understands that God is our strength and he's our portion forever? I love you, family.